Welcome everyone to the Mary Lewis Academy Virtual College Fair. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. A few housekeeping items before we get started. There is a Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen to type in your questions to our presenters at any time. If you do have a question for a specific college, be sure to mention the college within your question. Your camera and microphone are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is also just one of many sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions as well. And the presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. Now, without further ado, we'll turn over to our first college, which is Lemoyne College.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm just going to share my screen here for you. So thank you, Clarissa. My name is Mary Walsh, and I am the recruitment manager for Lemoyne College, which is based in Syracuse, New York. So even though Lemoyne is located in Syracuse, I'm actually a regional admissions representative. So I work for Lemoyne, but I am based just north of the New York City area. So if we were here in person, I would be at your college fair in most likely the cafeteria area of the Mary Lewis Academy. So in this picture, you're going to see an aerial view of Lemoyne College. From what you can see, it's a suburban campus. We are on a 160-acre open campus, probably about 3 miles away from Syracuse University, downtown Syracuse, about 3 or 4 other universities, hospitals as well. So Syracuse really is a very big college town for students. For students that are coming from the New York City area, we are about 4 hours from the Metro New York area. Students can access campus by regional trains as well as buses, and we have an airport that is about 15 minutes from our campus. I've just indicated my contact details at the bottom in case we don't get a chance to go to at the end. So a little bit about Syracuse. As I mentioned, it's a big hub for young people. There's a lot of outdoor activities. Students have the ability to spend time outdoors at the local hiking trails as well as the lakes. We are home to the New York State Fair, as well as one of the largest shopping areas in the Northeast. So you really do have a chance to get a sense of what we're about. And also you have the opportunity, being that Lemoyne is a smaller liberal arts institution, you have access to a very robust and vibrant college town. So here's a little bit about Lemoyne as far as the academics. We are about 2,800 students undergrad, and we have about 800 students in graduate programs. We have 40 different majors for students to choose from, and there are three schools or colleges located within Lemoyne College. The largest of the schools would be the College of the Arts and Sciences. This holds students that are studying the humanities as well as the natural sciences. It is the largest of the schools at Lemoyne. If you were interested in applying to Lemoyne as a biology major, as a psychology, criminology, or even undecided, this would be the school that you would be applying into. It houses our core curriculum, and the core curriculum really provides students with an opportunity to get a really strong foundation. We do not require students to declare a major until the end of their sophomore year. The Marian School of Business is also a fully accredited business school. It houses 5 different majors. We have marketing, a 5-year accounting program where you can get your undergraduate and your MBA as well. Students also love the fact that we have our own version of Shark Tank, and it's called Dolphin Tank because Lemoyne's mascot is the dolphins. Internships, mentoring, and opportunities for hands-on experience is something that's very important within the Marian School. This is a picture of our Erico trading floor, which is fully equipped with all of the terminals and the information that students would be if they were in Wall Street. If you are applying for the nursing program, our direct entry physician's assistant program, occupational therapy or the education program, you would be applying into the Purcell School of Professional Studies. These would be direct entry programs, so they have specific requirements that you'll want to pay attention to. So academic partnerships that we also have are with our neighbor, Syracuse University. We have a 3+3 law program, our nursing program with Crouse Hospital, as well as St. Joseph's Hospital. We have a partnership with Syracuse University for engineering as well. With that, we have plenty of information and information sessions for students to learn more about that on our website. So a quick glimpse about the application process. Lemoyne is test optional. We encourage students, since we're educating the whole student, we are evaluating the whole student. We look for well-rounded individuals, solid B, B+, in the applications. We look at everything from your transcript, recommendations, extracurriculars, as well as we encourage students to take interviews, because this is a way for us to get to know your personality and for you to get a chance to know Lemoyne's personality. Some of the deadlines, a lot of these are going to be standard, but really this is a time for you to pay attention to the deadlines, because there are some programs that have specific deadline requirements. For Lemoyne, we do not offer early decision, but we have early action and rolling. For more information, feel free to reach out, and thank you.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Up next, we have Spring Hill College.
Hello, everyone. My name is MJ Connell. I am the class of 2016 graduate of Spring Hill College, as well as I came all the way down from Philly to go to school here, and I came back in 2019 to be an admissions counselor. So here I am to tell you a little bit more about my second home. So right there is our legendary Avenue of the Oaks, which I'm standing in front of right now giving this presentation. So this holds a very special part in every student and alumni's heart, because not only does freshman orientation begin with you going down the avenue, but our commencement ceremony is held underneath the canopy of the Oaks at the end of your 4 years here. So here at Spring Hill College, we are a college of distinction, so we are trying to get you real world ready. And a part of our real world ready initiative was cutting our tuition in half down to $21,100. And it went from $42,200 down to that price, with a sticker price after room and board and the meal plan to $31,900. So we are one of 27 Jesuit colleges in the United States. Some of my fellow Jesuit colleagues on with me here today. We are the third oldest Jesuit college, just behind Georgetown and St. Louis. And we were the first college in the state of Alabama, as well as the first Catholic college in the South down here. So we're located in Mobile, Alabama, the beautiful Gulf Coast. We're about 40 minutes from the closest beach. About an hour to Pensacola, only 2 hours to our sister city, New Orleans, and about 3 hours to Birmingham, 4 hours to Atlanta. And you know, the climate down here, you can't beat it, especially coming down from the north. It feels like summer all the time down here, so it's a prime location for students. There's tons to do down here in Mobile. I said it's very similar to New Orleans. You'll get a lot of the same architecture, a great place to go and see music acts downtown, great Gulf Coast Cajun style food, as well as great squares to hang out and enjoy the beautiful weather. We are actually the founders of Mardi Gras down here in Mobile back in 1703. So we make sure that we give our students a Mardi Gras break to be able to enjoy that, whether they stick around in Mobile or go to New Orleans or go and take one of our service trips that we offer at that time. Two great things that provide a lot of fun for our students, as well as professional development opportunities, are the Reese Senior Bowl, which is the premier NFL scouting event, and it is the college football all-star game for the seniors. So that's a great opportunity. It's a year-round operation down here, along with Hangout Fest. It's very similar to Governor's Ball, Lollapalooza, Bonnaroo, but it's one of a kind. It's actually on a beach, and if you volunteer while you're a student here, you actually get to go for free. So not only can you intern and get professional development, but you can volunteer and go for free as well. And like I said, you can't get enough of those beautiful beaches. I know up there in New York, we're used to going over to New Jersey, but the Gulf Coast beaches are second to none, in my opinion. All right, so a little bit more about Spring Hill College. We are a smaller school, just about 1,400 students, but that really makes Spring Hill what it is. 70% of our students live on campus. You're required to live on campus for all 4 years. And about 60% of those students come from out of state. So me coming down from Philly, I thought I was going to school with a bunch of Southern kids from Louisiana, Tennessee, Florida, maybe. But now I got best friends in Chicago, St. Louis, Miami, Dallas, you name a city, I got a friend there. And you live 5 to 10 minutes from your best friends for 4 years, and you build those same type of relationships with the faculty members. Average class size is about 17 students, and your concentration, you'll get classes that are about 6 to 8 students big. And 91% of those faculty members have their terminal degree, which is the highest degree you can get in their field. So you're literally being taught the best by the best here at Spring Hill College. And they guide you through one of our 47 majors and concentrations. We're a liberal arts college. And like Lemoyne, you don't have to declare your major until the end of your sophomore year. We are a college of distinction for our business program, nursing, which is also #1 in the state of Alabama. And I mentioned that we are a college of distinction for our career development as well. Last year, Forbes actually ranked us as one of the top 10 colleges for return on investment. And that was before our tuition reset, actually. And as you can see, we're up there with some Ivy League schools, as well as some other cream of the crop schools like Stanford and Georgia Tech. And 99.5% of last year's graduating class found some sort of relevant placement within 6 months of graduating. So whether that was going on to the next level of school, full-time job, internship, service opportunities, and this is sustained success here at Spring Hill College. So while you're getting real world ready, there's tons of great things to do while you're on campus, everything from intramurals to service opportunities, campus ministry, Greek life, student government, student newspaper, you name it, we got it. Some Greek life, we do a deferred rush period in the spring, so you get a whole semester to kind of get to know people on campus. We do a ton of other events for our students, including Badger Beginnings and Badger Fest. Those service trips I mentioned that are during the Mardi Gras and spring breaks are the International Service Immersion Program, and those are like Habitat for Humanities in the Caribbean, South America, as well as domestic opportunities as well. The Foley Center is our on-campus service center, and we did over 29,000 hours of service in the Mobile area last year. So we do a lot of hands-on stuff going on to our Jesuit roots, being people forum with others. And we actually have our own campus in Bologna, Italy. It is in conjunction with the University of Bologna, which is the oldest university in Europe. Dante, who wrote Dante's Inferno, went there. And the great thing about the Italy Center, 3-day weekends, all your financial aid goes abroad with you. And it's one of a kind social justice type of experience. Also internship and service opportunities there as well. We are NCAA Division II, so there's tons of great sports here. Coach Martin of the volleyball team actually became the winningest collegiate volleyball coach of all time last year. And if you didn't know, we have an 18-hole golf course on campus. So even if you don't golf, you can learn how to, or it will become part of your experience hanging out at the Fairway Apartments over there on hole 14. Now, if you're one of those students who's getting ready to apply next year, it is completely free, whether you use the Common App or ours or our own app on our own website. You could apply traditionally with your transcript and test scores, or you could go to the test optional route where you just need to submit your transcript, a 250-word essay, a recommendation letter, and then a resume or a list of activities, clubs you were in, sports you played, stuff you volunteered in, church activities, any type of things that kind of show who you are as a student. And so with that, your application is automatically your scholarship application. 100% of our students receive some sort of financial aid. Last year, we gave out $21 million. So, with that, on top of our tuition reset, we really do try and make that experience affordable for as many people as possible. So with that, I leave it to you, Clarissa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Spring Hill. As a reminder to our participants, if you do have questions about anything that you're seeing today, definitely don't hesitate to drop those into the Q&A. Up next, we have St. Mary's College.
Yes. Hello. Okay. So my name is Claire McNamara, and I am the representative for St. Mary's College here today. We are St. Mary's College located in Notre Dame, Indiana. So just a little bit of ways, right? Got some snow going on, certainly. St. Mary's College was founded by the Sisters of Holy Cross in 1844. We are right across the street from the University of Notre Dame and right next door to Holy Cross College, creating a tri-campus community between the three colleges. So St. Mary's College has about 1,600 students at our college with about 16 average class size with a 10-to-1 faculty-student ratio. In addition to that, we are a women's college. So it's a wonderful time to build up your confidence here at St. Mary's, as well as get to know your sisters here at St. Mary's very, very well. We have over 60 different academic programs, our most popular being business, nursing, psychology, biology, chemistry, speech and language pathology, and then education. And we do have a doctorate in nursing as well as 3 master's programs in autism studies, data science, and speech and language pathology. Very individualized, as you could hear with the classroom sizes. Your professors are your academic advisors. And we have multiple research opportunities here because every student has to complete a senior comprehensive course by the time they graduate St. Mary's College. So you'll be working closely with your professors to come up with your own thesis or research or anything like that to make sure that you are well trained and prepared to enter into your future career, grad school, or doctorate programs. Like I said, we are a women's college. I just want to touch on that a little bit. Sometimes when I say that, a student thinks, oh, yeah, that's not for me. What's really great to know is that you're going to have a wonderful opportunity to get to know those women very closely. They really do become your sisters. It's very much a build up environment here. Your confidence in the classroom will soar. I've had so many students who have come up to me and I've asked them, like, so really do you like it? And they're like, honestly, this is the best part about the college that I love. And with that too, because we have that tri-campus community with the University of Notre Dame and Holy Cross College, students can participate in all the things at those colleges as well, while also participating on events and in classes at our college. So you kind of have that co-ed environment, but it's really that women's environment within the classroom, which students love so much. As a result, we have 95% of our recent grads are enrolled or employed within a year, 6 months of graduation. And then we have a career office, which is fantastic for helping students to find internships, graduate programs, future career opportunities. We have 20,000 active alumni in our system that are always looking out for future bells, and they are working with them every day to talk with them about their future career plans and see if there might be a place for them in their own different career paths. As you can see, some places our students have gone to are Google, Cleveland Clinic, Amazon, Disney, and then of course we have our own graduate programs here. They've gone to the University of Notre Dame, Columbia, Georgetown, MIT, lots of wonderful places after St. Mary's. Our value is priceless. We do have 100% of our students receiving some type of financial aid when they come in, the biggest in the form of a merit scholarship, which is $15,000 to $30,000 per year, as well as different St. Mary's grants. We have a visit award for students who are seniors or juniors spring semester. And there is a 4-year promise where as long as you are doing your part to graduate on time, we promise you'll graduate in 4 years, or we'll pay for any additional costs needed to receive your degree. And we do have some highly ranked prestigious programs like our nursing. It's actually number 3 in the state of Indiana. So it's certainly something that we're proud of. Our tri-campus community, like I talked about, students can start taking classes at the University of Notre Dame starting their sophomore year, no additional cost. You can also get involved in clubs and organizations. So although our own campus is small, we do have opportunities for students to join in clubs and organizations at Notre Dame and Holy Cross College, which creates about 500 clubs and organizations that you can join. And there are also dances and social events, going to those ND football games. You can get in the student section right up close and personal with those games as well. Our admissions process, we do have an early decision, which the application deadline for that is November 15th, with deposit deadline of January 15th, and those students will receive their housing as well as their fall classes first. And then our regular decision deadline is February 15th with a deposit deadline of May 1st. And we are on the Common App and we are free to apply to. We're also test optional and test flexible. So if you do send in your test scores to us versus having them directly sent from the testing site, that is fine as well. We can work with it. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. This is my information. I am your direct contact for St. Mary's, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you so much for that very informative presentation. The next college that we have up is Alvernia University.
Good evening. My name is Travis Hoshauer. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions for Counselor Relations here at Alvernia University. So Alvernia University is located in Reading, Pennsylvania. So that's about an hour north of Philadelphia, about 2.5 hours from New York City. So not too far. We serve traditional undergraduate students from over 25 different states. A lot of our students typically range from New Jersey, New York, Ohio, West Virginia, Virginia. So really in the surrounding states, but we also have students come as far as Wisconsin, Alaska, California, and Florida. We also serve undergraduate international students from 14 different countries. And then we also serve veterans, adult learners, and graduate students as well. Alvernia University was founded in 1958 by the Bernardine Franciscan sisters, so we are a Franciscan Catholic university. With that, you will take some classes in theology and philosophy as a part of our general search curriculum. Our search curriculum is really meant to prepare our students for life after college and kind of give them a nice, well-rounded education. So you'll take classes in math, science, English, communications, and a world language as well throughout your time at Alvernia. We've also recently been recognized as a college of distinction for student engagement, equity and inclusion, career development, support of our military members, and programs such as business, nursing, and education, which each ranked as outstanding for their rigorous curriculum. Just a little bit about Alvernia University. So we have about a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're going to have a lot of small classes at Alvernia. Our largest classrooms actually only seat 30 students. We have 2 lecture halls on campus, but those are never filled. One is located in our main academic building, Bernardine Hall, and the other one at our Plex, which is one of our newest buildings on campus, which is a health and recreation center for our students, which also houses a really great eating option called Freshens. We have about 1,500 undergraduate students, about 2,800 with our graduate studies programs. We are rolling admissions, so you can apply to Alvernia any time of the year. And we always review applications continuously. So if we have your application and the supporting documents, you can have your application reviewed that same day. Those supporting documents would include on top of your application is your official high school transcript. And we are test optional this year for students. So test scores are optional this year. We offer merit-based scholarships at Alvernia University. Those range anywhere this year between $16,000 and $22,000 per year. All of our students do receive a merit-based scholarship, and those are based off of your GPA, high school transcript, and if we have test scores, those will also play into account for that. We have over 50 clubs and organizations on campus, and those range from anywhere from student government organization to the Black Student Union, Muslim Student Association. We have a fishing club. We have a newspaper and a magazine on campus as well that are student ran. So there are tons of ways to get involved. We are also a Division III school for athletics. We have about 26 intercollegiate sports teams, and those range anywhere between track and field to football, wrestling. We have wrestling for men, and we also are bringing wrestling for women to Alvernia University soon. We really encourage real world learning, and all of our faculty members do have some sort of real world experience as well as research experience. And about 80% of our freshmen do live on campus that first year. The freshmen that don't live on campus typically commute. We have a multitude of different residence halls on campus for students to progress through as they go about their college education, starting in a traditional or suite style and moving all the way up to townhouses, which we have right on campus. We're broken into 2 colleges. This is our College of Professional Programs. So this will include anything between athletic training, business, criminal justice, education, nursing, OT, social work. We also have an MSW on campus as well. So we do have a variety of different graduate programs. And in fact, our athletic training and occupational therapy programs, for those, you'll go right into that 5th year. So when you're accepted to Alvernia, you're directly admitted into those 5-year master's level programs as well. And this is our College of Arts and Sciences, your typical biology, chemistry. We have communications, digital media marketing. New this year is going to be engineering. We have industrial, electrical, and mechanical engineering for our students. So we're really excited about that. And then there are also your other ones on there like theology and theater. Our 2020 student profile, about 30% of our students came from out of state, 59% were female, 41% were male, 34% were students of color. We had a 1040 average SAT and a 3.4 GPA. Reading College Town is really our newest initiative. This is where our engineering program is going to be held. This is where our business and communications buildings are. Our spaces are going to be located as well. It's going to be a living learning environment. So if you're in one of those majors, you might want to consider living downtown. It's really going to connect you to the community. And there are going to be a lot of great opportunities down there, like a business incubator, a gaming lab, and whatnot as well. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email is up there, and you can reach out via email at any time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alvernia. Up next, we have Moravian College.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Annalicia Anthony, and I am the Associate Director of Admission and Multicultural Recruitment here at Moravian College in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So to get started, I always like to start with welcoming you to our Comenius Hall. This is a picture of right in front of my office. Comenius Hall is our oldest building on campus, and it's named after our founder. Just pure entertainment. Today it's snowing where I am in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, and I just like to share a picture of an authentic feel of what our campus looks like, especially as we hit winter weathers. A lot of us don't love the snow, but it adds to the beauty of who Moravian College truly is. So very briefly, I just want to go over who Moravian College is and our mission. Just because as you're going through this college search journey, it's super important that you're considering the institution that you're going to be a part of and what it stands for. So here at Moravian College, our mission is, of course, we are a liberal arts school, but we're preparing each and every one of our students for reflective life, fulfilling careers, and transformative leadership in a world of change. And when I think about the Moravian experience, that starts from the day that you walk on campus. So just as much as we're here to prepare you for the real world, to get you out there to be awesome at what you do as it relates to your academic journey, we also want to raise up leaders, individuals who are challenging the status quo, who are starting that from their undergraduate experience and carrying that out as you go into postgraduate work, whether you're going to work or you're going on to grad school. So I'm not going to stay on here too long, but I think it's very important to tell you a little bit about who we are and what makes us so special. Moravian College is actually the 6th oldest school in the country. We were founded in 1742, and our founders, the Moravians, they were the first to educate women and the first to educate Native Americans in their own language, so in native language. So when you think about who we are and our commitment to community and access and to all, that is something that has started at our root and is who we continue to be as it relates today. So you may say, Moravian College, I've never heard of you. Where are you located? I am located, along with the college, in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So we are right in the Lehigh Valley. The Lehigh Valley is comprised of 3 cities, one in which is Bethlehem. And what's nice is while Moravian College does not sit in a big city, we are in the 3rd largest growing metropolitan area. So students tend to like the fact that they can leave a little bit of the fast pace of the city, but still not feel like you're far away from, civilization. So we're about an hour and a half. I feel like sometimes this slide tries to be a little bit optimistic, but about an hour and a half from Philly and about an hour and a half from New York City. Another area that students tend to like is that we're about 40 minutes from the Poconos. So if you're into winter sports or you're into the mountains, you have an opportunity to be there too. We do have 2 campuses. The picture that you saw on the beginning slide was our Main Street campus, where all of our students will spend most of their time. That is home to all of our academic buildings for the most part, our athletics facility, our student hub, career and civic engagement services. So that is where you'll primarily be. And then our South campus is home to all of our music and arts majors. So these are just some pictures of our campus. I always like to show these because what I love is that when you think about a school that is the 6th oldest school, sometimes you're worried, right? How is this school going to be state of the art and prepare me? So when you look at that center picture, that is our South campus. That is the campus that George Washington used during the Revolutionary War as a hospital for soldiers. But then if you look to the right and you look at our Sally, that is home to a $29 million project, and it is home to all of our health science majors. So a little bit about our student body. Moravian College does have about 19 undergraduate students. I think you've heard from a lot of my colleagues who do have a smaller school environment. We have about 11 to 1 student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is about 17 students. While that is important, it's really important for me to talk about why that is important to Moravian. Yes, the small class size is important, but it's also about the learning style and your experience academically. Our faculty, your professors are committed to making sure that just as much as they're there to tell you all about their experiences and get you prepared, they also want to challenge you. They want you to be involved in those classroom experiences, right? Developing problem-solving skills, critical thinking skills, and that is really important as you navigate through your college journey. Aside of that, we are home to about 55 academic majors. I don't like to say the best, but the most popular in the sense of numbers would be, I would say, health sciences. We are home to a direct admit nursing program. We have a lot of pre-health professional programs. I would follow that by business, especially with the opportunities to be engaged in internship opportunities, and then education. We have great relationships with a lot of local school districts, and education seems to be a great avenue for a lot of our students. Aside of that, we have about 100 clubs and organizations, and we also offer 22 varsity sports at our school. We are recognized at an Apple Distinguished School, so all of our students do have an opportunity to receive a MacBook Pro, an iPad, and an Apple Pen while you're at our school. So these are just some pictures of our campus. I do just like to, we'll go past this one. Our common application, our process is simple. We're on rolling admissions. We're very simple to apply, so we just require a high school transcript, letter recommendation, and we are test optional. As far as financial aid, we do offer up to $28,000 in merit-based scholarship, and our school this year has awarded $42 million in institutional need-based aid. With that being said, I hope that you have learned enough, and if you have any questions, here is our information or a way to get in contact with me. I wish you all the best and good luck.
Thank you so much. As a final reminder to our participants, if you do have questions for any of our colleges today, please be sure to put those in the Q&A below. Our final college for this session is Xavier.
Thank you, Clarissa. Please ask some questions. I feel as though we're talking, and I know there's people out there. We would love to hear from you. As Clarissa had mentioned, my name is Jason Cloutier, and I'm the Regional Director of Admissions here for Xavier University. And Xavier University, private Jesuit Catholic liberal arts university. We're, I think, the largest school that's part of this program this evening. We have about 5,000 undergraduate students and roughly 1,800 graduate students. I'm going to kind of run through this slide presentation. It's just going to kind of be on a loop, and I'm going to touch base on a few important key details as we go along. I think one of the biggest things that I would hope many of you would take away from this is that knowing that your college education is a voluntary choice, we know that as well. And why that is important to us is that we really tend to personalize this process. The college search process in general can be incredibly daunting. It can be very intimidating. It can be nerve-wracking and riddled with anxiety. And I feel as though, having done this job with Xavier for 12 years and having worked in college admissions for the better part of 20 plus years, I understand, and I've seen the ups and downs, much like this curve scale right here, of the emotions that students go through. Your decision to apply here to Xavier University is not lost on me, and I don't feel as though it's lost on my colleagues either. You didn't have to apply here. There's 3,700 other schools in the U.S. There's 26 other Jesuit schools. Spring Hill and Lemoyne being two of them that are also on this program this evening. And so maybe it stems from the Jesuit tradition and the Jesuit faith of men and women for and with others that you would see pretty much at the forefront of almost everything we do at Xavier. So you come to our school or Lemoyne or Spring Hill or any of the other 26 Jesuit schools, and you're going to realize in pretty short order that the world doesn't necessarily revolve around yourself. that you want to give back to that family and that community and that city that you're becoming home, or that you're calling home for the next 4 years. And it's kind of funny how all 27 Jesuit schools are either in or immediately next to an urban environment. And that urban environment in general really depends heavily upon what our students can do for them in terms of philanthropic community service work, in terms of volunteerism. I believe my colleague at Spring Hill had touched upon the service immersion trips that their students do. We do things very similarly to that. We're very lucky that, prior to the pandemic occurring, we are sending our students to over 100 foreign locales all around the globe. So it's, students get here and they want to immerse themselves in something different. And as the representative, and I also have my other colleague, Dan Sarmiento, that's on this call this evening. He works with students that are going to be from Eastern New York, the city, it's going to be New Jersey, and probably Eastern Pennsylvania, while I work with students predominantly from the Northeast, New England area rather. And so I think that between the two of us and having the experience that we have, knowing that, you applied here, what is it that's driving you to apply here, and where do you want to be at the end of 4 years? I mean, how many of these, like this slide shows, how many students want to hold a leadership role on our campus? How many students want to get involved in clubs and groups and organizations? And knowing that your college experience shouldn't just be what you're learning inside a classroom and on a whiteboard and the papers you're gonna write and the tests and the exams you're gonna take. It should be the all-encompassing experience. And at Xavier, with only 5,000 undergrads, I think it's just large enough where the entire student population doesn't know your personal business. But you flip that coin over and you understand that you're paying tuition and fees to actually have a professor instruct you, not a grad student, not a teacher's assistant. It's going to be people who know you. And the student success model that we have in place here, it tends to cater to a variety of different student needs, outcomes, and overall goals of what the student population in Xavier is really all about. Our student success coaches, they're here to kind of help you navigate the roadblocks that you're going to face throughout the course of your 4-year span. And I can't hammer home the idea enough that you're only going to be here for 4 years. Honest to goodness, you're not doing yourself or anyone else any favors if you're staying longer than 4 years for a single 4-year baccalaureate program. And while we have very robust graduate programs, you start this fall, we want to see you walking across the stage of graduation, essentially 4 years later in the spring of 2025. So, I know that I speak on behalf of my colleague Dan and I when I say we're very thankful that you're choosing to spend this evening here at part of this very wonderful program, and you have other opportunities of other colleges to visit. But go into these mini visits with a discerning eye of what's important to you and what you're really hoping to get out of a university at the end of 4 years. And if you get that warm, fuzzy feeling when you visit on a day, like my colleague at Moravian was just saying, it's snowing and it's slightly overcast, you still get that warm, fuzzy feeling. That's kind of what we're looking for. That's the great stuff. So thank you very much for being here. A question and chat function is open. So please feel free to ask us any questions, and we'll do our best to field them before our allotted time is up. But thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, colleges and institutions, for sharing us more information about your respective programs. I'd like to bring everybody back on for a quick little round robin questionnaire to give you guys a little bit more insight to their favorite things at their university. So the question we are going to be answering this evening is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? And we'll start with Lemoyne College.
Thank you. Well, that actually is an easy one for me. So I'm a graduate of Lemoyne, and I actually have 3 of my own kids there. And hands down, the favorite event is called Dolphy Day, which is our student imposed holiday, where the students decide on the first beautiful day of spring that they are going to have a full day just about them, and the campus basically supports them in this activity. So if you get a chance to visit and it happens to be Dolphy Day, it will certainly be one of the most memorable visits you'll have. So
Spring Hill College.
Mary, I love that you brought up Dolphy Day. My brother Ryan just graduated from there, so he has plenty of Dolphy Day stories. So I actually was between Lemoyne or Spring Hill when I decided. So anyway, my favorite event probably has to be Homecoming on the Hill down here. Spring Hill is just such a tight-knit community between every grade, and you meet your old heads, and everyone it's a good mingling of all the different generations of Spring Hill. And just like Lemoyne, the whole campus takes place in this, and it's a big effort by everybody to put together the best type of celebration we can have. So,
St. Mary's College.
Yeah, so we have a closing and opening of the circle that takes place during our orientation week and then at graduation. So we close the circle with our new bells at our orientation, and then we open the circle to let our bells out, which is the St. Mary's graduates, to go into the world and use their education. So it's a really sweet ceremony that we have with our students every year. And that's our favorite.
Alvernia University.
I'd say our students really like our campus-wide day of service, which is on MLK Day. Our whole campus gets involved, faculty, staff, and students, and we all go out within the community on a typical year and volunteer, whether that's at the local high school or elementary schools, or whether it's doing something down in Angelica Park or the surrounding shelters and whatnot. So that's probably what our students really like the most.
Moravian College.
Well, thanks for your favorite part, Travis. Very similar. Moravian College has a day called Heritage Day. Typically happens in the fall. But I think for me, it's beautiful to see that it's just a day in the middle of the week that the entire campus shuts down and our students give back to our community. So everyone is going to a little bit of everywhere. They're going to nursing homes. They're going to schools. They're going a little bit of everywhere, just giving a day of service. And it just reminds us who we are, and it's a tearjerker when you watch the videos that come after. So it's my favorite.
And Xavier University.
I'm going to take this from the spin that I didn't attend Xavier University. I've been out of college for a very long time. So my take on what I find, and someone who works regionally and is not on campus all that often, my favorite experience at Xavier has got to be freshman move-in day, the third Wednesday and Thursday in August. Because for all of us who've been doing this job for a very long time, that is Christmas Day for us. I mean, that is, let's see all the head nods right there. I mean, it literally is Christmas Day, because when you see those out-of-state license plates pull up and you go, that's my kid from New York, this is awesome. You just get this jolt of excitement, you know, because you've worked really hard and you built these relationships with students and families alike. And when they finally show up and they get out of the car, and well, prior to a pandemic, you would hug them and you'd say, welcome to our family. And so but if you want to go the corny route, anytime there's a college basketball game in the Cintas Center that's being televised, I mean, how can you go wrong with that? So.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today, panelists and participants. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback you could give us as well. This is also just one of many sessions being posted. Be sure to sign up for additional ones as we have a little bit later as well. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as everything else on the website where you registered. Thank you, everyone, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.